There was a time in the not so distant past when atheism, while never real, was at least a very intellectualized philosophical endeavor of some relative importance. Men and women who claimed to be atheists took it very seriously. Today, the idea of atheism has devolved into a convenient excuse for a life of unchecked self-indulgence, a catch-all clause for an immoral lifestyle. The idolatry of atheism, with all of its tenets, has led to the generational development of an apathetical worldview as it relates to sanctity and devotion, a general laziness in regard to moral virtue. Today, people make use of atheist talking points in order to embolden themselves to live a life free of judgments without any objective moral standard. This strategy is a good one, as long as there is no final judgment. Think of it like this. If there is no God, then there is no sin. Because by its own definition, sin is a behavior that pulls you away from God. Well, if there is no God, then there's nothing to be pulled away from. So for many people, the idea of atheism frees them from the burden of guilt associated with immoral conduct. In our modern consumer culture of radical materialism, this ideology fits perfect, where self-pleasure and ego always seem to trump the will of God. What I want is all that really matters, me, 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 me. And what God wants is secondary. And this gross secularism has propelled this false narrative of atheism into the general mainstream culture. The prevailing wisdom of the day seems to be, relax, don't stress. There's probably no God anyway, and even if there is, he surely doesn't care about you. So just enjoy your life, Now, as anyone could guess, this is an easy stock to sell, especially to young people. So, of course, this philosophy can never work, because as I've already established, there is no such thing as an atheist. Everyone has a God. All those who claim to be atheists are really nothing more than idol worshippers. They just hide their idols from view, or even from themselves. The truth is simple and clear. Humanity was created special and unique from all other creatures by one thing, one common attribute. This universal feature is distinct to mankind and shared with no other animal on earth. We are endowed with an intact knowledge of and a capacity to understand God. Whine and cry about this all you want, the truth remains. Every human being is born to do one thing: glorify God. The only point of emphasis is that we are free to choose which God. Take the world's smartest police dog, or German Shepherd. These animals typically learn at a rate about 40 times faster than a human being. But spend an entire year trying to teach that dog about God. Good luck. At the end of that year, it will be no closer to knowing God than it was on the first day. Take the world's smartest chimpanzee or orangutan or silverback gorilla. Spend a year trying to teach that primate how to pray. Once again, good luck. In a year, if you have a full stock of candy bars, you might train the chimpanzee to mimic the bodily mechanics of prayer. Holding hands palm to palm, bowing head, closing eyes, But at no point will that chimpanzee ever start praying. Okay? It will just be nothing but a series of gestures and responses to stimuli. It will never understand what you're trying to get it to do. And why? Simple. It was not made to. And all the evolution in the world won't change that.